Now, you may have heard the phrase, if it's too good to be true, then it is. Then you have doubts. But what causes doubts? Life experiences? Letdowns? Failure to rise at the occasion? Wondering if the Marvel Cinematic Universe will ever get better? Or if that girl will ever like you?
Nah, she won't.
Mind your business, Derek! Welcome to Bible Tube, your daily bread to chew on for the week. And for today's topic, we're going to talk about doubt. Now, the word doubt is a feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. So when you doubt or have doubts about something or someone, you fail to see the potential that God can do with that scenario or person. You can be a believer and have doubts, but you will not see everything that God has to offer you. You will only get a glimpse of His glorious work. But that doesn't mean you have to stay there. Now, that's not to say that in every situation you won't face challenges or things won't go according to plan, but you can free yourself from the feeling of what if? If I had done that, what would have been the outcome? Or what would have happened? Romans 10, verse 16 to 17 reads, "But not all the Israelites accepted the good news. For Isaiah says, 'Lord, who will believe our message?' Consequently, faith comes from hearing the message, and the message is heard through the word about Christ." Now, the Israelites were God's chosen people that demonstrated the book of the law, aka the Bible. But not even God's chosen people accepted His good news. Jesus' disciples in the gospel even had a difficult time accepting His teachings. Matthew chapter 14, verse 29 to 31. "Come," He said. Then Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the winds, he was afraid and began to sink. Cried out, "Lord, save me!" Immediately Jesus reached out His hands and caught him. "You of little faith," He says, "why did you doubt?" Okay, so Jesus' right-hand man, Peter, walked on water. Let that sink in for a moment.
Not quite ripe yet.
And before you know it, he becomes fearful and he starts to sink. And just like Peter, we can all become that way when we become fearful of something. We can lack the confidence, we can lack the faith, we can lack the conviction, which enable us to sink in our faith, which enable our faith to shrink. Our circumstances in our lives can be an indicator of why we choose not to act on our faith or do the things that need to be done. That's why it says faith comes from hearing the message.
I'm sorry, could you speak into my good ear?
And like I said in my previous video, this is why it's important to go to church. Because in order to get faith, you gotta hear somebody preach the message to you. There's nothing like hearing an awesome sermon that helps you build faith. But it takes much more than just faith.
What? What?
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
God's message will only get you but so far. You need to act on your faith that is given to you from hearing the message. What good is faith without deeds? You show me your faith without deeds, and I'll show you my faith by what I do. James 2:17. You're not going to put your effort into something you don't believe in. Nobody does that. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Now, having faith without any doubts is probably the most challenging thing a person can do. You're literally putting yourself out there in trust that something will happen. When you put a ring on a finger, you're putting your faith and trust that that marriage will work out. Oh, decide to have kids. You're putting your faith and trust that you will be the best parent that you can possibly be. When you get a job, you're putting your faith and trust that you can be the best employee. I hope you can be the best employee. Otherwise, you're not going to keep a job for very long. So stop living in doubt. If you're going to give your life meaning to something, then make a decision to not lack conviction, to be faithful. If you're going to give your life to Jesus, make a decision to fully give your life to Jesus. Seek understanding. Go through His words. Ask questions. Seek answers from others who know what they're doing. Study the scriptures to build your faith, and then act on it. Do it.
Do it!
Like Nike says. Free yourself from doubt and see where it takes you. And remember, you will have moments of struggles. You will have moments that you will have to wrestle with doubt. But as you wrestle through those doubts, make sure to pray through them. Make sure to definitely give everything to Jesus and watch God work. What do you have to lose?
Everything.
But that's all for me today. I'm Mr. Lewis, and this is Bible Tube. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, leave some comments down below. And also, if there's a specific topic you would like to hear about, please put it on the comments. But you guys have been wonderful. You guys take care and have a good one.